Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Tri-County Logging. Experienced in sustainable forestry practices, Tri-County Logging can help you manage your property by keeping your woods healthy and generate income. Serving southern and mid-Michigan for nearly 50 years, TriCountyLogging.com.
Hi everybody, once again, Happy New Year and welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Silik and we have a brand new show for you here in 2022. Just a couple of days before Christmas, Jimmy and Jordan were able to hit the Grand River in downtown Grand Rapids, chasing after Steelhead. You won't want to miss that story, and we've got some other excitement in store for you this week.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have another story on this week's show. Gabe Van Warmer was recently able to take an old gun, turn it into a new gun, and do a little bit of late-season doe hunting with it. You won't want to miss that story. It is pretty cool. Lots of good stuff this week on the program. Thank you for joining us this week. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger, and it's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By RBM Jigs, a Michigan-based company serving ice fishing anglers around the state and throughout the country. Specializing in ice fishing gear, RBM Jigs manufactures tungsten jigs, soft plastics, and much more. Online at lakeeffectlures.com. By Polar Craft Boats, offering riveted and welded boats for the outdoor enthusiast. Whether you're targeting fish or waterfowl, Polar Craft Boats have several models to choose from that keep you high and dry. For more information, polarcraft.com. By Angler Quest Pontoons. Angler Quest is a Michigan-based company building boats designed for comfort and fishing functionality. For more information, anglerquestpontoons.com.
Fishing the Grand River is always a lot of fun and usually has a fair amount of fishermen on it. When Brett Feenster called us and said that the fish were in, well, we had to give it a try. Fish on! Well, that was our second cast. Good thing we have a captain who knows where the fish are, I guess. Oh, he's still going. He's gonna be down to that other bridge in a minute.
We're going to follow that fish,
okay?
Water. We're just going to slowly drift back.
We're right under the highway here, as you can hear. Scenic sounds of the river.
That fish covered a lot of water really fast, so we're going to have to try to catch up to him.
Uh-oh. Fish is off. Nuts. He ran a long way, man alive.
Good.
Fighting these fish in the current is one thing, but when they go over a couple of the coffers, I tell you what, it is an exciting fight for sure, and not always successful.
A lot of power in these fish, even when the water's cold midwinter like that.
Yeah.
Very strong fish.
Nice fish.
Nice. So this fish probably came up sometime in October, early fall. You can tell just by the coloration. The fish that are more fresh in the system are often pure silver.
Well, we were here on the Grand River. We fished this same stretch this summer when it was 90 degrees with Brett, and it's not 90 today. But yeah, we're just floating some presentations past these fish. I just missed a nice one, and we just landed one. So we're, I don't know, we've been fishing for half hour, 45 minutes, or something like that. So it's a beautiful day. We'll get away from the highway here in a little bit, but right here near 6th Street, awesome. Quite a few boats here. The fish are in, and so are the fishermen.
It's been consistent. We've been catching good numbers of fish each day. Conditions are good right now. Water's up a little bit. Water temps have been above average lately. Fishing's been good. Another nice fish here. Keep coming right up for us. This one's playing nice.
It's so slippery, I don't want to let go of it. There's a nice fish. A little fresher.
Yeah, so you can tell the difference there pretty quickly. That's a lot different color. You can see it has the adipose fin there. This is a wild fish. Well, we're off to an okay start. I think we've got 3 in the boat, lost another.
Yeah.
Haven't been out here too long, so
3 for 4.
can't complain with that.
Sun's coming up.
Yep, starting to warm up a little bit, so things should be good. Today we're fishing beads. These are basically an imitation of a salmon or a steelhead egg. You can buy them in all different colors, thousands of different colors of these things. Steelhead have really good eyes, so they like a lot of variation. Some days certain colors work really well. A lot of it depends on watercolor, how sunny it is. There's a lot of factors at play there. Now, I like to run a tandem rig with 2 beads. I like to give them 2 different options. That helps me narrow down which bead they're eating that day. So I have my 2 beads here. I like to keep them about 3 finger widths away from my hook. And what that does is it separates the bead from the hook and gives that bead a real natural presentation as it drifts down the river. What happens is the fish will bite this bead, bobber will go down, set the hook, that hook slides right into the corner of their mouth, just like that. So really effective technique. And then up from that, I just have a swivel here, right on my main line, some split shot to keep that bobber vertical in the water so that I can tell when I get a bite. And what I'm using today is a center pin reel. So basically what this does, there's no drag or anything like that, it's just a bearing. So all it's doing is letting that line out exactly at the speed of the current. So it's a very technique specific reel, but it's very effective for float fishing.
That's a long fish. Look at that thing. Boy, they can really pull against that current. That is something else. What a beautiful fish. Man.
Another wild fish.
Another wild steelhead.
River gets kind of a...
Yeah, on the Grand River.
All hatchery fish, but a lot of these fish are wild. A lot of reproduction here.
Beautiful fish. How awesome is that? Jeez. Wintertime steelhead on the Grand. All right, ready to stick her back? Yeah, so we're doing a kind of really a pretty similar situation to what we did with Brett earlier this past summer. It was like 90, 95 degrees that day, and we're fishing for catfish, and did really well, and then caught a couple flatheads further down the river, and he's on the river quite a bit, and got a hold of us, what, just day or two ago and just said the fishing's real good, and a couple days here before Christmas we had a little bit of time, so looks like we made the right call in showing up today. This is awesome.
Got a runner. Got to go chase this one down. He took one look at you, Jimmy, and he ran the other way. Try to bring him up over top and over on this side.
We're gonna go straight in.
You'll be okay.
Use my...
Perfect. Now you got all the room in the world to fight.
All the room in the world, eh? That was new. Come on, baby. Yes, sirree, Bob. Woohoo! That was pretty awesome.
That's an adventure, huh?
How many bumps did we go over there? 2 or 3 coffers?
We went over 2 there, yeah.
Woo! That was awesome. You were right. He hit that right at the lip.
Yep. Yep. So what's happening is there's kind of a buffer there of current. So looks like it's going really fast, but it's kind of circulating right there.
Okay.
So they like to sit right in that softer pocket where they can just wait for food to come down to them.
Wow.
Pretty male. Very nice fish.
That's awesome.
Another wild fish.
Do they get any prettier than this kind of fish? I don't know if they do. Man, what a morning.
I think so, right? Rosy cheeks.
Perfect day. And it's only an hour or 2 in. Wow. What a fish. What a fight. That was awesome.
So strong.
We are pretty blessed here in Michigan to have the river systems that we do. And don't overlook the Grand when you're picking places to try out. I always like to ask guys that fish certain waters a lot, just what kind of spots are they looking for to find fish?
I mean, a lot of it just has to do with spending a lot of time on the water. Just kind of learning to read the water, looking for seams, anywhere where a fish might want to hold. It seems like any sort of deeper troughs, things like that, where it's shallow around it, or areas where there's fast current next to slow current seem to be really productive. So overall, I think I've heard, a lot of guys are doing below average this fall. I mean, there's been some good days for sure, but I think as a whole it seems like numbers have been declining. On the Grand, I'd say below average for numbers this fall. Still some great quality fishing. Still a lot of fish in this river all year, but compared to recent years, I'd say probably below average. Some people contribute it to higher harvest numbers. There's a lot of increased angler participation, it seems like, especially on this river in the last couple of years. So that could be some part of it. But I think everybody has a lot of opinions on what it could be, but nobody really knows for sure what it is right now. So
Jimmy is making this look a lot harder than it needed to be, so I had to set the camera down for a minute.
That's right.
Awesome. Beautiful.
What a day on the water. And even though the sounds of a northern Michigan river beat the sounds of the Grand River here in Grand Rapids, I do like the fact that as folks drive past us on their way to work, they pause and look our way and wonder, how did those guys get lucky enough to be fishing today? Well, I often wonder the very same thing. Do they get any prettier than this kind of fish? I don't know if they do. Man, what a morning. Well, in this next story, we're going to show you a process of taking an old gun and turning it into a new gun. Now, Gabe Van Wormer is going to take us along for this story, and he does more hunting than just about anybody I know. And when he said he had a really cool segment about the 350 Legend, well, I said we needed to check it out.
The concept for this gun started in my gun safe with this Remington Model 7 223. I used to do a fair amount of woodchuck hunting, but this gun hasn't seen much action for many years. So I decided to have it converted to something I would use a lot more. The last couple years I've really come to love the 350 Legend cartridge and had a lot of success with it. While many of the guys gravitate towards the more powerful 450 Bushmaster, I've been intrigued at the potential of the 350 to be more flat shooting. That's where the guys at Bear Creek Ballistics come in. Jeff Shiery and his son Christian have become well known for taking straight walled cartridges and developing high velocity loads for them.
So basically we have the Model 7 action that you brought to us. We ripped it apart from the original rifle that you brought to us. Took the action, chucked it up in the lathe, blueprinted it. So it's all on the common center line of the action, so it's absolutely perfect. Recut the threads, recut the lugs. Took the Douglas barrels that we use. They make tremendous stainless barrels. Turned the Douglas barrel, fit it right to the action, chambered it for the 350 Legend. Took one of our muzzle brakes that we make it right here in our own shop on our mill, threaded it right to this barrel. We use the HS Precision stocks because they're super accurate, very nice, very lightweight. When we bed them, we basically, we put a release agent on the barrel action, and then we'll actually put epoxy in the stock once the stock has been free floated to the barrel. And we'll take the action and torque it down in and let the epoxy dry around it. And we'll pop it out, do all the finishing work, and then put it back in. And when that happens is the action, barreled action fits the stock perfectly. So every time it recoils, it comes back to the same point. So you get tremendous accuracy. I mean, it's holding half MOA all day. It's clover leaf and holes at 100 yards. And with the new high velocity ammo, I mean, 300-400 yards isn't out of the question at all.
This was the last, basically, sight and target that we did to tune the gun and make sure everything is functioning the way it was supposed to. The first shot and the clean bore shot dropped a little bit, and then as you can see, everything started moving in and tightening up. The group tightened up. I pulled that one there. Unfortunately, I lost it. But these are all the numbers, all the velocities that we were measuring as we were shooting each of the shots. 158 grain, all copper bullet, designed specifically for high performance from the 350 Legend. What we've done with the 350 is made an all copper bullet that will expand at the velocities that are in the sweet spot for how that round is used for most hunting applications. And it actually will even carry out beyond what it should be capable of.
The mark of any good bullet for hunting is good expansion through a wide range of velocities and full weight retention to ensure good penetration. This is their standard velocity 350 cartridge designed to feed well in an AR style rifle. Shot into ballistics gel at 100 yards, the bullet traveled 20 inches and created a massive wound channel. That's exactly what a well-designed bullet should do.
Yeah, this is the tedious part that we need to figure out how to go faster on it, but it's almost crucial because it's quality control at the same time, because you're handling each bullet. Every single bullet we make, we handle multiple times, whether it's getting the tip, being coated and tumbled, or being loaded and then packaged, so it's handled almost 3 times. So quality control is crucial with these. So basically, we turn the ballistic tip here in our shop too.
By producing their own bullet design and loading their own cartridges, Bear Creek has been able to push the 350 Legend well past the velocities of stock ammo. Each and every bullet is turned out of their shop here in mid-Michigan and loaded here as well. By handling everything in-house, these guys have been able to produce premium ammunition that performs as well as their guns. My rifle, shooting their high-velocity ammo, is sighted in about 2 inches high at 100 yards. It will hit dead on at 200, and it will only drop 12 inches at 300 yards. But that's all fine to see on a spreadsheet. I was excited to take the new gun afield and test out their new prototype ammo. Let's just say it did not disappoint.
As we walked in, we spotted them from way back. We tried to sneak up on them, but right behind us it's all open. And there's a few deer up in here that we didn't see, and they saw us. And they ran back here and spooked all the deer off the field. And we just got up in the stand all set up. And I was going out to see where I could shoot to practice. And as I looked through the scope, I pointed right at a deer. So now we got a doe moving in. And if it's a big doe, I'm going to shoot her.
Reed and I could see the deer making their way out to the field. We just had to be patient. Soon we would see a big doe moving towards the edge of the field into a spot where Reed had an open shot.
She made it up the hill. I'm pretty sure I drained her.
I think you did too.
I think so.
That looked really good.
Yeah, it did. That was cool. That was really cool. Very quick hunt too. I look through the scope and there's a deer right in the scope. So he gets the camera out and we're watching these deer. We watched these deer for quite a while. And we just slowly making their way through. And then one came out of the field and the other kind of followed that one out. And the first one was a button buck, so we couldn't shoot that one. And she stood right on the edge of the field and just stood there and stood there. I got up on the gun and I think I smoked her. I can see your belly laying right up there on that hill.
Well, Reed just made a fantastic shot on that doe. A little over 150. That's well within the range of this gun. I can see across the creek, and over there we've got a little bit more distance. We've got about 180 to 200. So we're hoping that a deer comes up here and maybe I can double up with Reed. But I can see a doe coming up right now, so maybe we'll get some more does coming out here or out in this hayfield. There's a lot of does in this hayfield right now. So we got some snow coming in tonight, and they're just piling in here trying to get some food before the snow hits. But Reed's is dead right up there. We can see it, so we're not going to go after it right now. We're going to wait until after dark because there's some hunters back there, and we don't want to mess them up at all. But that doe only made it 60 yards, 70 yards at the max, and she is struggling to get that far. So let's see if we can double up. Is she gonna be behind the tree?
Right there, she's good.
Meh. Meh. Ready? Here we go. Meh. Meh. Hey! Ready? Doubled up with Reed, my son. He's behind the camera now. Man, that was awesome. She stepped right out. She's probably at about 150. Reed shot his at about 150, 170 in this corner. She come out right over there, and I shot her about the same. So that was awesome. This new gun, I love it. This is my second deer with it. This is the third deer overall. This thing is a shooter. She's all unloaded. Man, that is a big, big doe. Look at the size of her. She is huge. Man.
That is cool.
I'd say the new rifle is definitely a shooter. Special thanks to Jeff and Christian for building a great gun and ammunition to get the most out of it. This is a gun we'll be using for years to come.
Thanks so much for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Make sure you stay tuned in upcoming weeks. Actually, on next week's show, we're going to take a look at a couple of late season deer hunts. Jordan and I were both able to get out with cameras rolling during the late deer season, so we'll bring you those hunts, and we'll be out searching for some safe first ice to bring you an ice fishing story. If you'd like to see where we are and where we're headed next, you can always check us out online.
Well, that's right, Jenny. Online is a good way to kind of keep tabs on us. You can do that through our website, our social media platforms, as well as YouTube, so lots of places you can be checking us out. We are excited over the next few weeks to get back out on the road, and this week is a perfect winter weekend for me. I'm going to be doing a little ice fishing and a little rabbit hunting as well. So get out and enjoy this time of the year, and if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully you'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
By Alta Equipment Company, providing sales, rentals, service, and parts because uptime matters. From earth moving to landscaping and light construction, Alta offers over 50 brands across 7 Michigan locations to serve you. More information online or 844-GO-2-ALTA. By SHOWSPAN, producing consumer shows including the Ultimate Fishing Show Detroit, January 6th through 9th at NOVI Suburban Collection Showplace. The show features fishing tackle, trips, boats, and seminars from top pros. The Ultimate Fishing Show, NOVI, January 6th through 9th.
By Jay Sporting Goods, with locations in Clare and Gaylord. Jay's has been serving the Michigan outdoor enthusiast since 1971 with a wide variety of outdoor products. The gear, the knowledge, the tradition of Jay's. On the web at jaysportinggoods.com. Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
In a hidden stream, the white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land.